Here is question number 38. This is an optional, or one that you don't have to know, I guess I should say. It's not on the test, but I just want to show it to you just to fill out the playlist. So I have to graph this thing. What I did is I just went over here and put him into my calculator. There he is, y equals 2 times 3 to the x power. I hit my graph, I zoom 6 in. Okay, and so I can see what he looks like right there. And we can just grab points. Right, I get 0 is 2. Now, other points might be hard to find. You could always go to your table. Your table is right in that top row. You've got a y equals up there. You got graph. You guys actually have a zoom on yours, then graph or something like that. But you'll see the word table, and above you just press that table. And table gives you some nice points. Now, my table's kind of goofed up, so I'm going to go to table set, which is second table. And I'm not going to have it go by 0.1s. You can see my change in table there. That's what that delta means, change in. I'm just going to clear that out. Well, I hope I was. I'm going to have it step by ones. Okay, now I just go back to my table. And now my x's are just going by 1. And you can see there, ooh, my x's are still going by 0.1. Second, table set, 0.1, enter. Maybe I got to do it that way. Table start, there's my problem. It's starting at 2.9. I want it to start at 0, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. There we go, 1, 2, 3. And you can see 0 gives me 2, 1 gives me 6. And there's 2 I'm at right now. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 gave me 6 right there. See, and the rest of them are kind of really tough because, like, at 3 you're at 20, 3 is at 54, 2 is at 16. You're already off this graph. So we're going to have to be able to find some values on our own. So I'll just find f of 0 by doing this. This is the ordered pair. I already know the answer here. 3 to the 0 is just 1, so 2. So when I plugged in a 0, out came a 2. That's this first point right there. There's 0, 2. So you erase that little thing right there. Alright, then I would plug in my 1, but I already know the answer to 1, but let's just see why it gives me a 1. 2 times 3 to the first powers, that's 2 times 3, because 3 to the first is 3, that's 6. There's that 1, 6. There we go. I know the 2 gives me 16, I can see that on my table. Let's see what negative 1 gives me. You can see on my table it's that fraction, 0.666. 2 times 3 to the negative 1, which would be 2 over 3 to the positive 1, and that's just 2/3. So at negative 1, I'm at 2/3, which is right about there on my graph. And I could do one more. I could plug in negative 2. F of negative 2 would be 2 times 3 to the negative 2, which is 2 over 3 to the positive 2, which is 2/9. So at negative 2, I'm even getting closer to the x-axis. If you look at my graph again, you actually see it looks like it's touching the x-axis right there. But if I zoom in really far, you will notice it doesn't touch it. It has just a little space always right between the x-axis and our curve. And that makes our x-axis what we call an asymptote. Okay, so there's what our equation looks like if we graph it. But this x-axis, I want to point him out again. He is, and the way you write his equation, he's just where all the y's are 0. That thing's called an asymptote. It's just a line you get infinitely close to as you go towards negative infinity or positive infinity. Here I'm headed to negative infinity and I'm getting really close to it. And that would be the graph of that guy, and that's it.